My name is Bussy Davis, and this is Life Stories with Bussy. I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't, please ensure that you do that. Thank you. Okay, so today I have a story from a certain man. He didn't actually put his name. I saw the story in my DM, and I was really like, wow, But this is the story. It says that I have another family outside, and my wife wants to die. The headline enough can cause you a shocker, but let's see. I mean, we need to get into the meat of the story to know what's happening. So it says my wife is having BP issues, going in and out of hospital since she heard I have another family outside. I don't know why she seems affected by my actions when she's done worse to me. I served her a joker and she wants to die. You might think I am heartless. No, I just learned how to play a game. So my wife and I were childhood sweethearts. We met in secondary school. She was a class lower than me. I also had this best friend, Kola. We were bosom friends from secondary school. Kola's parents were poor, but it didn't matter. We loved each other. He was quite brilliant and was on scholarship. The year I graduated from school, my father was already processing my studying abroad. When Jola, my wife now, told me she was pregnant. I didn't doubt that she was, because I know what we had done. I told her she would need to get an abortion for obvious reasons. Jola's mother found out about our plan to abort, and she came shouting in my house and raising the roof down that I wanted to kill her daughter while I go and enjoy my life abroad. She said she was a widow and she would not allow me kill the only child she has, who is her consolation. The moment I confirmed to my father that I was responsible for Jola's pregnancy, the man took scissors and shredded my passport with the visa in it. My father is that strict. He said I had to take responsibility for my actions and no one will help me raise the child. I was 19 and Jola was 17 then. That's how we did an emergency introduction. My father agreed I could live at home after my mother begged him. That's how Jola moved in with us. Kola, on the other hand, was able to continue with his travel plans. He was being sponsored by one of the politicians in his state then. Kola would send us money because my father refused to support in any way. I had to look for a job to make sure I took care of Jola and our baby. After Jola had the baby, she went back to school to finish and write her exams. I struggled to get myself admitted into a polytechnic about 4 years later. Jola's mother insisted that she also had to further her education. Jola got admission into a university and I was struggling to pay for both of us. Luckily for me, I was able to get a management trainee role from where I did my youth service, and that was how I was absorbed by the company. Things got better. I paid Jola's way through and she got a good job too. 10 years after our first son, we welcomed our second son. 2 years after, our third son. We were good and we settled down. I built my first house and we moved in. We were a happy family. People always joked about how our son, Boluwatife, didn't look like any of us. We would joke and say he looked like Jola's late father. 20 years after his sojourn abroad, Kola visited Nigeria, and I insisted he had to stay with us. We all had a great time. 2 months after he left, Jola was pregnant, and we had a baby girl. The baby girl became my pet. You know that relationship between father and daughter? I doted on my baby girl. She also turned out looking like Boluwatife, while the other 2 boys looked like me. My wife traveled to buy goods from Turkey recently, and our daughter Angela took ill. For the first time, I had to play nursemaid. I took her to the hospital and they ran a series of tests. I was in front of the doctor who was trying to explain the result to me when I spotted AS written as Anjola's genotype on a file. I told the doctor that that wasn't possible. As far as I knew, Jola and I were both AA. I knew that because we had filled loads of documents after several tests. The doctor decided to run the test again and confirmed that Anjola was AS. I asked him how possible that can be. He said reluctantly that by a slim chance. Now I was troubled. I did a genotype test again for all the 4 children before their mother came back. Boluwatife too was AS. The other boys were AA. I left the matter. One day I was on a WhatsApp call with Kola when his son passed by. Kola told his son to say hello to me. Now, I'd seen the pictures of Kola's 2 children before, and it was strange to discover for the first time that Kola's second son, Anjola and Boluwatife, looked alike. Immediately I dropped the phone. I went in search of all our old pictures. It was beginning to look clearer. Kola was our friend when Jola was pregnant for Bolu. Kola was available about 10 months ago before Anjola was born. I wanted to be very sure of my suspicion, so I conducted a DNA on all our 4 children, and I wasn't surprised at the outcome. I didn't have to be told who the father of Boluwatife and Anjola was. Kola and Jola had played me for a fool. It was a relief for me to know that the 2 boys, Ayoluwa and Nimisioluwa, were my children. I decided I was going to get my pound of flesh back. I didn't change towards the children in any way, but I changed towards Jola. She didn't know what was happening. I stopped sleeping with her. I stopped eating her food. I stopped sleeping in the room. I traveled more. Jola reported me to her mother, who came to shout as usual. She also reported to my mother and siblings. She even went as far as reporting me to her boyfriend, Kola. Kola called me to discuss the issue. I told him that there was nothing, that Jola was just imagining things. One day I was able to intercept a chat with Kola. Kola wanted to know if I suspected anything. Jola said that she didn't think so because I was treating the children normally. Kola told her that if I ever raised anything like that, Jola should play the cards of the possibilities of babies being changed at birth. Two stupid people. I met Odun and I started dating her. Initially, it was just to spite Jola, but then I fell in love with Odun and we have twins. I didn't want any surprises and conducted a DNA and confirmed that the twins were mine. Well, guess who found out about Odun and started raising dust? You're right, my dear wife. They called a family meeting and as usual, Jola's mother started raking. I just brought out the DNA report and told her that she can tell her boyfriend that I know already. This was 6 months after. Now so Madame faint o. BP shut up. I have told her she has to be alive to take care of her children. I can't shout. Kola has been trying to reach me, but I haven't picked. So from what I gathered, Kola and I were both firing Jola at the same time. She knew the baby was likely to be Kola's, but because Kola's scholarship would have been at stake, they decided that I should take the fall. Kola was meant to come back for her, but never did because he had to find his footing. When he finally showed up 20 years after, old feelings was ignited again and she couldn't do an abortion because of her health. I was handed Anjola Oluwa, the baby girl I had been waiting for. I hope you can see that those two can kill. Our mother and my mother are begging me to consider the lives of our children before I take any rash decisions. I told them I have no decisions to make. That was I don't even know what word to use for that story. As in, for 20 years, let's assume the first one was a mistake, and you allowed the guy to take the fall for it. What about the last baby? So the guy just comes and then puts a baby there, and then he goes back and then leaves this other man to be responsible for his children. I mean, I don't even get, what was she thinking about? I mean, I'm shocked. I don't know. What do you guys think? No, so because I don't even know what's going to happen to this lady anymore. I don't know what's going to happen to her. What is she going to do? How are they going to even divide the children? Oh, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's meet in the comment section and let's discuss this, because really I am confused. Really, really confused. So next time when we come your way with another episode, bye. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.